High in the Himalayas, a legend exists. The Yeti, or Abominable Snowman, has captivated imaginations for centuries. Stories of a large, hairy biped roaming the snowy peaks have been told and retold. Is the Yeti real, or is it a figment of imagination? The answer remains elusive. However, the enduring fascination with the Yeti speaks to our curiosity about the unknown. This essay will delve into the historical narrative of the Yeti. We will explore the origins of the legend. We will examine the cultural significance of the Yeti, and we will look at the scientific attempts to explain this enigmatic creature. Join us as we journey into the heart of the Himalayas. The Yeti legend is deeply rooted in the folklore of the Himalayan people. For centuries, they have shared stories of a fearsome creature that inhabits the high-altitude regions. These tales often depict the Yeti as a protector of the mountains. One ancient legend tells of the Yeti's origins as a powerful mountain god. This god was said to possess superhuman strength and a ferocious roar. Another story describes the Yeti as a shape-shifting creature. It could transform itself into a human or animal at will. These folk tales were more than just stories. They served as cautionary tales. The tales warned of the dangers of venturing too high into the mountains. These early accounts, passed down orally through generations, provide the foundation for the Yeti legend. They highlight the enduring power of storytelling in shaping our understanding of the world around us. The Yeti legend reached a wider audience in the 20th century. Western explorers and mountaineers began venturing into the Himalayas. They returned with their own tales of encountering the creature. One of the most famous accounts came from British mountaineer Eric Shipton. In 1951, he photographed a large, unidentified footprint while exploring Mount Everest. The photograph sparked widespread interest in the Yeti. It fueled speculation about the existence of an unknown species of ape living in the Himalayas. Other explorers, such as Reinhold Messner and Edmund Hillary, also reported Yeti sightings or encounters. These accounts, often documented in books and articles, further cemented the Yeti's place in Western consciousness. However, these accounts were often met with skepticism from the scientific community. Many argued that the sightings could be attributed to misidentification of known animals. The Yeti is more than just a mythical creature in Himalayan culture. It is deeply ingrained in the beliefs and traditions of the people who live in the shadow of the mountains. The Sherpa people in particular have a long and complex relationship with the Yeti. To the Sherpas, the Yeti is known as yeh-teh. It is considered a powerful being that protects the mountains and its inhabitants. Sherpas believe that the Yeti possesses spiritual significance. They often leave offerings of food and drink at Yeti sightings. The Yeti is also seen as a bringer of good fortune and a protector of livestock. There are stories of the Yeti guiding lost travelers to safety. The Yeti has become a symbol of the region's unique cultural heritage. Section 5. Footprints in the snow, physical evidence and scientific inquiry. Despite the numerous anecdotal accounts, concrete physical evidence of the Yeti has remained elusive. The most frequently cited evidence comes in the form of large, unidentified footprints found in the snow. These footprints, often attributed to the Yeti, have been the subject of much debate and analysis. Proponents of the Yeti's existence point to the size and shape of the footprints as evidence of a creature unknown to science. They argue that the footprints are too large to belong to any known primate. Scientists, however, remain skeptical. They suggest that the footprints could be the result of melting and refreezing snow. This natural phenomenon can distort the size and shape of animal tracks. While the footprints remain a subject of debate, they have fueled scientific expeditions to the Himalayas. However, to date, no definitive proof has been found. Section 6. Cryptozoology and the Yeti. Searching for the missing link. The search for the Yeti has captured the imagination of cryptozoologists. Cryptozoologists study creatures whose existence is disputed or unproven. They believe that the Yeti could be a surviving species of Gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus is a giant ape that is believed to have gone extinct hundreds of thousands of years ago. Cryptozoologists point to the Yeti's description. It closely resembles that of Gigantopithecus. However, the scientific community largely dismisses these claims. There is no fossil evidence to suggest that Gigantopithecus survived into recent times. Despite the lack of scientific support, cryptozoologists remain hopeful that the Yeti will one day be found. Section 7. The Pangboser Hand, a Yeti relic. One of the most intriguing pieces of purported Yeti evidence is the Pangboser Hand. This mummified hand, kept in a monastery in Pangboser, Nepal, is said to belong to a Yeti. The hand is larger than a human hand and has long, curved fingers. The hand was discovered in the 1950s by a group of climbers. They found it in a cave high in the Himalayas. The climbers brought the hand back to the monastery. It has been a source of fascination and speculation ever since. In the 1990s, a team of scientists was granted permission to examine the hand. They conducted DNA analysis. The results were inconclusive. The Pangboser hand remains a mystery. Section 8. Debunking the Myth, Misidentifications and Hoaxes. While the Yeti legend persists, many scientists believe that there is a more rational explanation for the sightings. They argue that most, if not all, Yeti encounters can be attributed to misidentifications of known animals or natural phenomena. The harsh conditions of the Himalayas can play tricks on the eye. Snow, fog, and shadows can distort shapes and sizes. This can lead to misidentifications of animals such as bears, yaks, or snow leopards. These animals, when seen at a distance or in poor visibility, could be mistaken for a large, hairy biped. Additionally, humans have a tendency to see patterns and meaning where none exist. This phenomenon, known as pareidolia, can lead us to interpret random shapes or sounds as evidence of something familiar. Furthermore, there have been documented cases of Yeti hoaxes. Section 9. The Yeti in popular culture, from folklore to film. The Yeti legend has transcended its Himalayan origins to become a global phenomenon. The creature has been featured in countless books, movies, television shows, and video games. The Yeti's image has become iconic. It is instantly recognizable around the world. One of the earliest Western depictions of the Yeti appeared in the 1937 film Son of Kong. The film featured a giant ape that resembled the Yeti. This depiction helped to popularize the creature in the West. Since then, the Yeti has been portrayed in a variety of ways. Some depictions have been frightening and monstrous. Others have been more sympathetic and even comedic. The Yeti has become a symbol of the wild and untamed places that still exist in our world. Section 10. The Allure of the Unknown. Why the Yeti continues to captivate. Why does the Yeti legend continue to enthrall us? Perhaps it is because the Yeti represents the last vestiges of the unknown in our increasingly explored and documented world. The Himalayas, with their towering peaks and unforgiving terrain, remain one of the most remote and inaccessible places on Earth. This sense of mystery fuels our imagination and allows us to believe that creatures like the Yeti could still exist. The Yeti also embodies our primal fear and fascination with the wild. It is a reminder that we are not always at the top of the food chain. There are still forces in nature that are more powerful than us. Moreover, the Yeti legend taps into our desire for wonder and adventure. The Yeti represents the thrill of the unknown and the possibility of encountering something truly extraordinary. Section 11. Conclusion. The legend lives on. The Yeti, the Abominable Snowman, remains an enigma. Despite decades of research, expeditions, and analysis, its existence remains unproven. Is it a real creature, a misidentification, or simply a product of our imagination? The answer continues to elude us. Yet the Yeti legend persists. Whether or not the Yeti is ever found, its story will continue to be told and retold for generations to come. The Yeti will forever be a resident of the Himalayas, a creature of myth and mystery.